Well, the temperatures are cooling off, but the sun is still shining, and that makes for perfect football weather in the city of Pittsburgh at Acrisure Stadium.
Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
Start on the ground with Harris. And whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Pickett. That swung out wide to Harris.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Pickett will look to throw it here. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Harris running straight ahead. He'll take this to the 46. The Steelers had 0-3 here to begin the campaign, and you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
On 2nd and 7, Pickett, pass complete, George Pickens with it.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 32-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
I'll give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the delay, here's Harris. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Pickett.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Pickett now from the gun here. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump up to a 3-zip lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get him down from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At their own 26. Here's Wilson.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab it, and that'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
They go play action now. Wilson.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Pickett to throw on 1st down.
That is caught at the 7.
And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
2nd down and goal.
Pickett. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers.
Deontay Johnson, his 1st touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, 1st quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. His throw incomplete.
He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time.
And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Back to the ground with Hall.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here's Wilson. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle.
And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, right back to Hall. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Out right, he's got Ruckert. Touchdown, Jets! Jeremy Ruckert. His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Jets have got it back to within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by DJ Reed. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
And Brandon, how many times have we talked with these rookies out there, and then we finally hear from them that the game slowed down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle what these defenses throw at him.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Hall again on 2nd down.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Wilson.
Open man is Denzel Mims. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Straight ahead is Hall.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Wilson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
And the Steelers will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the 2nd half of this contest.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Pickett. Able to find his man, it's Pickens. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now...
Oh, it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
So his struggles just continuing here in the 1st half throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will do it for this 1st half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even 1st half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now it's Wilson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum of the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Now Austin. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
First and 10, here's Pickett.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Jets are going to take over at their own 41. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And some space here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
42 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. Running left, it's Hall.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll run with Hall.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here. Third quarter. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run with Hall, and this time he is in.
Yes. Breece Hall, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have moved out in front. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on.
And my goodness, another interception. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Paul want to give up the middle.
And they'll get this down to the 10.
62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit, because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Paul again.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall,
his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Pickett. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Pickett back to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Play action. Now Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. 1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Off play action. Pickett.
And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
Jermaine Johnson
able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett.
He finds his tight end Gentry. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down right around the 18-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Pickett.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Kenny Pickett.
9-yard touchdown run.
And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career, but he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Berrios now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, it's very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
And he'll be out right at the 35. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, stand ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Play action. It's Wilson.
Connection made to Rucker. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
ball again on second down.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall
taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Jets might be headed to the win column for the first time this season as they add on to their lead.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Now Pickett.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's Pickett.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Looking to throw here, Pickett.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Here's a give to Hall.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Jets, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.